Hey, what's one of my favorite TV shows? Warrior. And one of my favorite fight scenes. Sahm versus Leary, duh. And if you don't know, now you know. So why not break the scene down with the man behind that fight and more, stunt coordinator, choreographer, Mr. Brett Chan.
Are we gonna talk, or are we gonna fight?
And it's just the setup. Everyone was waiting for this. We knew it was coming, and it was teased so much. And you see the different styles. And to your point, Dean's so much stockier. But at this time, Assam's really been just immersed in his training, and he's fighting completely different than he did in season 1.
And Dean was meant to be like a freight train.
Yeah.
Just coming through, right? And it's like...
Yeah, and the shit talking.
Are you gonna fight?
Yeah, you're gonna dance, you're gonna fight. He's like, what's with all this kick shit?
I'm still kicking. I must be on Broadway.
Hey, come on with it, right? How long did this scene take to film?
We had 2 nights.
3 nights. Okay.
2 nights.
2. Only 2.
2 nights.
Okay.
But halfway through the first night, Koji got sick.
Oh no. Okay, so he was fighting sick.
So he was fighting sick, and this was like, it was freezing cold outside at this point. It was like, 5 degrees or 6 degrees. It was really cold.
Wow.
And it was nice. Yeah. And we were basically block shooting, so we were still kind of shooting the riot scene. We were shooting the riots all daytime, and coming here shoot this at nighttime.
Wow. Okay, that's a big testament, man. The dedication.
Koji was a machine.
This fight was so good and then you switch. It's like one guy will have the upper hand, and the next round another guy has the upper hand, and then it's just like they're pumping each other. Oh, dude, I love this fight, man.
I'm glad you see the idiosyncrasies of the time of changing. I mean, I'm glad. I'm hoping that when I'm telling the story that people are seeing that.
Yeah, it's like, because this is really like just at the end of this season, it's like the culmination of like Assam's whole evolution, right? And he's finally been able to take this guy on like he couldn't have really done it in season 1. And you're rooting. It's funny because Leary's technically the bad guy, but you're rooting for both because you're like, they both got their own storylines and reason why they're so passionate, right? Because Leary's fighting for his people, Assam's fighting for his people. Yeah. So. And I just love this part because at this point, there's like no more fancy stuff. They're just punching. They're just going at it. It's a slugfest. It's like, you're going at it 100. I'm going at 100. I'm almost out of energy. You're almost out of energy. It's just so good. You're just, There was literally a point where I thought for sure Asam was going to win. I'm like, oh shit, he's going to lose?
That's awesome. That's exactly how you want to see. Right there, like he's looking at his ass.
And that's when I was like, "Oh shit, is he gonna lose?" I was like, "All right," but even if he did, I would have been like, "Okay, I'm okay with it," because even seeing his process.
It is Leary,
It's Leary. Leary's a badass. Was there a lot of doubling for this fight, or was it just?
No, man.
Okay.
Mostly them.
Okay.
Yeah, the big double kick was a double.
Okay.
But no, it was pretty much mostly all them.
And so I love that part where Asam like kind of grounds himself. He's like, all right, there's this last part. And then he starts getting more technical, and he broke his wrist and everything. And then he just really focuses at that point. I love it. And like you're saying, this is like him, the peppering, like, cause this is back to like almost his old style, but like, meshing the two. And then the big old knee to the face is just, And then when you think, okay, this is the end, Leary's got to be like, nah, he still gets up because he's a G like that. He's still got to get up and
stay man. You can't stay down.
You can't stay down forever, and he's got to, like, his people are dependent on him.
Yeah. All the people are there.
And you come with the big finale. But I love this sequence here. This is the final sequence when this is like Asam really like the payoff, right? Because. Big shot to the heart. You're like, wow.
and that's owed to season 3 when you watch what happens when he fights the brothers.
Yes, it's, and then the big shot here because it's just like wow.
This is the only time it was doubled.
I figured this was a double, but it still looks so good, and it's a great finale. That big old kick is just like okay.
Yeah.
It's like okay, at that point, game over, and we know it's like all right, and then he's like, hey, stay out of Chinatown or whatever.
Stay out of Chinatown, or I'll be back with a f***ing army.
I love that fight, man. That's like my all-time favorite. I got a few others, but that was number one if I had to come up with a list. Any other real quick story, the behind-the-scenes stories on that fight, or anything you remember, or anything you think?
Nah, no, I just remember that Koji was sick, and it was
Gotcha.
like, what are we gonna do? We got to finish this, and so, but they grilled through it, and it was like that was the only time he had to use double.